consider, for example, how you've already seen over and over again them start to shift, as I said, on CNN. Let's go back to, do we have Jake Tapper from last week? So this is one of their key anchors, right, over at CNN. And he's like Mr. Anti-Trump. And all of a sudden, I told you about this in real time as it happened. I said to you, look at this. They're starting to shift. They're starting to shift because now he's dropping this little hint that maybe it's not such a good thing that Michael Cohen gets to get out there and say all this bad stuff when there's a gag order on Donald Trump. Watch.
You're a voter, okay, and you're hearing this stuff. It might actually be just like a fundamental issue of fairness. That doesn't seem fair that Donald Trump's not allowed to criticize him when he's constantly throwing punches at him.
Well, the voters that we talked about.
Boom. All right. So he said this, and I showed you. I said, gosh, this is really interesting. It's like they know something now, right? They know the jig is up, so to speak. And so one after another now, they've been folded into line. They're on CNN. Abby Phillips, is that her name? I'm not familiar with this woman, but she's, I guess, one of their hosts or something, or maybe she's one of their commentators. I don't know. But I was struck by what she said about Stormy having a vendetta against Donald Trump and how the jury's going to think about that. And that's going to come into consideration. And they're going to question her testimony as a result of that. Here we go.
He has always been the most sensitive about this Stormy Daniels allegation in particular. Caitlin knows this actually really well because asking him about this at the White House would be like World War II for the White House staff. They absolutely hated this line of questioning. And it really gets to, it reminds me of how he responded to the Access Hollywood tape. That's definitely him, right, on the audio tape, but he still likes to deny it. And so when he's confronted with the sort of worst parts of himself, he really reacts very strongly and very negatively. And that's what this whole case is about. However, I do think Stormy Daniels, the way that she conveyed that, you know, Trump is going to make the argument, and I don't know what his lawyers are going to do, but he's already been making the case. This is a concocted case to dirty him up before the election, to make him seem bad in front of the American public, even though there's no like legally illegal thing that happened here. That's his argument. I don't know that Stormy Daniels helped the prosecutors in batting that down because she seemed to have a personal vendetta against him. It may be justified, but that's what it seemed like based on the defense.
Bingo. And so you know what? It made his argument stronger. And Americans are watching this going, wow, they really do want to get him. I mean, come on. Letitia James and the $500 million. I mean, think about that, guys, right? Because he inflated the square footage on his house and Deutsche Bank lent him the money anyway. And she's like, I'm going to get you for $500 million. I mean, it's completely nuts. And then it's followed by this one where, you know, Stormy Daniels and Michael Cohen are your lead witnesses. I don't think so.